A note on Sahara. This is a phenomenal film, an extraordinary tale of bravery, resilience, patriotism, manhood, mai fi cu minte, intelligence, sense of justice. It's also a story of human weaknesses, despicable traits, racism, cowardice, cruelty, because this is the war. It's Second World War in Sahara. That's where the name of the film comes from, where the action takes place. Fico minte. And we have Humphrey Bogart at his best. Indeed, the film is included on the New York Times list of best 1,000 movies ever made, for good reason. As I keep saying, it is exceptional. Humphrey Bogart is Sergeant Joe Gunn. We also have as protagonists 5 British fighting men, a Frenchman, and a Sudanese Sergeant Major Tumble, and the Italian prisoner Giuseppe. Of course, we have the enemy as well, German captain, a pilot. This is the one who is racist when there's a question of being approached, frisked, taken prisoner by a man with a black skin. He is outraged. He's superior, he thinks. After all, Nazism has an important element, perhaps the most, of racism, of supposed superiority of the Aryan race, and other such nonsense. Alas, I don't see why communism is not put in the same pot with Nazism, because they're just as bad. Communism, for some reason, seems tolerable, even if communists have been racist in practice, have killed more people than Nazis. That's still, for some reason, for intellectuals in the West. Here, those who had to live through the ordeal tend to see the point. But in the West, they seem to think the system is good, the people didn't do the right thing in practice, but that's just preposterous. Returning, so this small crew led by Sergeant Joe Gunn, together with a few other tanks, are part of not an expeditionary force, but an advanced unit sent by the US in North Africa in Second World War, but this is before the major intervention, before the Americans joined the war effort. This is just a token, a symbolic gest, if you will. However, he gets Sergeant Gunn and his men get involved in the conflict. They are withdrawing because these are the orders. When they meet first with the British, and there's a discussion of pride there. On the one side, the British are critical of the tank, which they see as no refuge, no match for the German panzers and artillery. But Sergeant Joe Gunn is very proud, and he says this will take us out. This is great, and don't offend my tank. Not in these words, of course, but anyway. So he takes in because we're talking the desert, and even if it's difficult for the tank to 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 work well or at all in the desert, um, it's better than walking. They meet with this Sudanese man who is on the Allied side. Sudan was part of the Great British Empire at the point, and he has an Italian prisoner called Giuseppe, and this is an emotional moment. Again, we have here various human characteristics at play, because Captain Joe Gunn, otherwise the ultimate hero, is a complex character and a human being. For he refuses to take the Italian. No, you just go ahead and return and find your way. Please, mister, it's my family. I can't take you. Uh, and it's heart-wrenching, and it's appeal to humanity, to compassion, charity, and so. But the captain says we can't. We have more than enough, and it's not going to work. So here he's pragmatic, and he's thinking of his own men, of his crew, and their survival. And this is war. However, all is fair in love and war is one of the stupidest sayings ever. And sayings do have a tendency to be silly. But that's not the point here. There's a problem with water. Then they are attacked by this German plane. The pilot is down, and he is prisoner for a while, but then not anymore. I will not give spoilers, and won't say what happens. But the climax, or a nadir, is reached when they have to face a much stronger enemy force. What they can play with is the water supply. They've reached a place where they have some water, and water is more precious than anything. And maybe they can play that to their advantage. Outstanding film.